The AI bubble is not just AI overvalued. It is the economics of a failing American empire. If you'll stick with me, I'll go through some of the context that makes me very certain of this. Because from the raw materials that this bubble is being based on to the ending financial schemes, it's fucking turtles all the way down. Starting with this graph, which explains why the AI bubble is so fucking massive. Not only because classic investors are wildly too excited about this technology, but also because Nvidia, which is worth 4.5 trillion, is basically producing its own demand by investing in other smaller companies with the condition that they buy back from Nvidia. So this leads to a massive overvaluing of the AI bubble. And that's not a problem unless some people are in the business of actually building a bunch of data centers. Which means that if they are to go up 200% in value, they gotta match that physically, at least to keep up appearances. So what do? Build a shit ton of data centers. And this is exactly what they're doing. They're building so many. And as a leftist mildly interested in economics, I want to posit that this makes no fucking sense if we are still an empire. Because empires take land to extract labor and resources from them. And America did this for the past 70 years as we deindustrialized, but we industrialized the global south to extract more labor and resources from them. But instead of doing that, we are engaged in a nationalist economics of autarky, where the most important thing is that the industries are in our homeland. So it makes no economic sense, but within the political context, ceasing to be an empire and falling into an autarkic fascist regime makes a whole lot of sense. And this becomes much more clear, this whole analysis, when you start thinking about what a data center is and the current politics of those things. Because a data center is just a bunch of specialized chips, and it just so happens that American proxy state, Taiwan, controls one of the most valuable productions of semiconductors in this world. Which means America, as it has been doing for the past 30 years, heavily influences who gets access and who doesn't get access to those chips. A bunch of American investors are heavily overinvesting in an American asset that helps us project power. Sounds pretty imperial to me, right? Until you realize that chips are made out of rare earths, and if you project power against China, you lose access to most of the rare earths in the world. So this gambit doesn't make sense. From the raw materials, which we will lose access to the artificially constrained expertise that we have forced only into Taiwan and the Netherlands, to hosting industry in the imperial core when it should be hosted in the global south, without even mentioning that it doesn't have the demand of actual AI services that would justify it, or that China is beating us in it. I'm not an expert, and there is so much more to be said, but this is insane.